strike an optimistic note and say that I'm very confident that the future in China is going to be great, and that China is headed towards being the biggest economy in the world and a lot of prosperity in the future. And this 5-year plan is going to be a part of making that prosperity happen.
My frank observation is that China spends a lot of resources and efforts applying the latest digital technologies in different industries, including the automobile industry, making China a global leader in digitalization. Tesla will continue to expand investment and R&D efforts in China.
China's a real interesting country, I have to say. The thing to appreciate about China is just that there's a lot of really smart, really hardworking people there, and they're going to do a lot of great things. This is sort of, independent of Chinese government policy. They're just going to do a lot of interesting things. The thing that will feel pretty strange is that the Chinese economy is going to be probably at least twice as big as the U.S. economy. Maybe 3 times, but at least twice.
I think it's like, I really think China is the future. It's very impressive. And there's also some great progress on entrepreneurial rocket companies in China as well. I believe 2 have made orbit, and it's very difficult, very hard to make orbit. Achieving orbit, I have great respect. This is very hard. Obviously, are a number of very successful entrepreneurs in China.
Yeah, Jack Ma, Pony Ma, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, I'm not sure I would entirely agree with that.
Yeah.
But it is generally true that innovation comes from questioning the way things have been done before.
Yeah.
And if in the education system you're taught not to do that, that will inhibit entrepreneurship. Yes, China is definitely aware of Tesla. I've had a number of high-level meetings with the Chinese government, and in fact, the Minister of Finance recently mentioned Tesla in a speech that he gave.
Oh wow!
As a good example.
Yeah.
Actually, he likes what we're doing.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then last year we, in an effort to help the rest of industry and just sort of kind of be a good neighbor, we open sourced all of our patents. So any company in China or elsewhere can use our patents to create electric vehicles.
Oh wow!
Yeah, probably in 10 years, more than a half of new vehicle production is electric in the United States. And China's probably going to be ahead of that because China's been super pro-EV. I don't think a lot of people know this, but China's environmental policies are way ahead of the U.S. Like their mandate for renewable energy far exceeds the U.S. I think sometimes people are under the impression that China is either dragging their feet or somehow behind the U.S. in terms of sustainable energy promotion, but they're by far the most aggressive on Earth. It's crazy. In fact, a coalition of Chinese car manufacturers just wrote the Chinese government to beg for them to slow down the mandate because it's like too much. They need to make 8% electric vehicles, I think, like next year or in 2 years or something. They can't physically do it.
What attracts me most about China's 5-year plan is the tremendous commitment to a low-carbon economy and ultimately to a sustainable energy economy. In the 5-year plan, China is committed to reach peak carbon emissions sooner than 2030 and to have a sustainable energy economy by 2060. These are very aggressive goals, and I think they're great goals, and I wish more countries actually had these goals. I'm very confident about Tesla's future in China. The Chinese economy, I think, is going to do extremely well over the next decade and will become the biggest economy in the world. And it's also committed to a sustainable energy future, and Tesla is doing both of those things. So we're building cars. We have China, I think long-term will be our biggest market, both where we make the most number of vehicles and where we have the most number of customers.
Yeah, I think it's true that in dense cities, rooftop solar is not going to solve the energy need. But what you can do is have ground mount solar power, let's say near Hong Kong, tapping into the existing power lines that are coming in. So you can supply Hong Kong with solar power. We just need to be coming from a land area that's not too far away. And I mean, it's worth noting, certainly, China has actually an enormous land area, much of which is hardly occupied at all. Given that the Chinese population is so concentrated along the coast, once you go inland, the population in some cases is remarkably tiny. So you could easily power all of China with solar.
All of China with solar.
Easily, yeah. Yeah, no, easy.
The world's most populous country.
Yep, definitely.
We've talked about innovation in China, and I thought your answer was really interesting. It'd be cool to share it with the audience here. What is the example of made in China innovation that you thought, wow, that's pretty cool?
Well, I think actually a lot of the social medias services in China, Weibo, WeChat, pretty impressive. I think better than what is available in the US.
Yeah. Are you on WeChat?
I am actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know, I only use WeChat when I'm in mainland China on business.
Yeah.
Do you use WeChat in LA and Silicon Valley?
Occasionally to correspond with people in China.
Okay, yeah. See? That's it. Yeah.
But it's pretty good.
Which,
I think Alibaba is pretty impressive as well.
Alibaba is pretty. Do you use Alibaba? Have you
No.
used? Okay. You purchased.
I've heard impressive things about it.
Yeah, it is very, very impressive. Yeah. WeChat, how do you use it? Which messaging functions do you like to use on it?
Well, I wouldn't call myself sort of a WeChat expert.
Yeah.
I basically just message people.
The foundation of war is economics. And so if you have half the resources of the counterparty, then you better be real innovative. If you're not innovative, you're going to lose.
So we actually have a supercharging network throughout China. You can go, at this point, almost anywhere in China using the Tesla supercharger network. And then we've got, there's a whole bunch of third-party affiliate destination chargers. And we've actually had people drive all the way from Beijing to Tibet.
Yeah.
So it's,
Wow.
yeah, in a Model S.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to be here in Shanghai for the Shanghai Gigafactory, which is, I think the Tesla China team has done an amazing job, really mind-blowing. Like, I'm just astounded by how good the job is and how much progress has been made. And I think it's a good story for the world, and to say, like, look how much progress you can make in China. This is extremely impressive. Like, my hat is off. You guys rock. So I've never seen anything built so fast in my life before, to be totally frank. I've seen some crazy things.